There is an old tale goes that Herne the hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle and makes milch-keen yield blood and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know, the superstitious, idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the hunter for a truth.
Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. Then hearts whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them higher and higher. Kinship varies mutually, kinship for his villainy. Kinship and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moon shine me out. Fire and sinful fantasy, fire and lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. Fan hearts whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them higher and higher. Kinship varies mutually, kinship for his villainy. Pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moon shine me out.
I am Sir John Falstaff.
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 If you were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, you should not abuse Abraham Slender, Esquire.
If Sir John Falstaff hath committed disparagement unto you, I of the church, I would be glad to do my benevolence and make atonement and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
Ha! The council will not hear a riot. There's no fear of God in a riot, and the council wants to hear the fear of God, not a riot. Take your business in that. 'Tis better if friends is the sword, and that be the end of it. But there is another device in my brain which peradventure brings good discretions, and that is Anne Page, the daughter to Master Thomas Page, and is a pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page, she has brown hair and speaks small like a woman.
How the fairy one that one would desire for all the world. And 700 pounds of monies doth her grandsire leave on his deathbed. God give joyful resurrections. Gives to her when she overtakes 17 years old. Would be good motions to leave our pribbles and pravels and desire a marriage between Master Abraham Slender and Nan Page.
Did her grandsire give her 700 pounds?
Ah, her father made her a better penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has a good gifts.
700 pounds of possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let's see. Honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Ah, shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar as I do despise one that is false, or one that's not true. Yes, Falstaff is there, but I ask you to call upon your well-willers. I will peep on the door for Master Page. What, oh, God's blessings on your house.
Who's there?
Ah, God's blessings on you. It is I, your friend, and Master Abraham Slender, who peradventures will tell you more tales if it is to your liking.
I am glad to see your worships well. I thank you for my venison, Master Slender.
Master Page, I'm glad to see you. Good do does it my good heart. I wish your venison better. It was ill killed. And how about the Mistress Page? And I thank you with my heart. With my heart.
Sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you by name. No, I do.
It is good to see you, Master Slender.
Is Sir John Falstaff here?
Yes, he is, and I could do a good office between you.
Ah, spoken as a Christian, not a speaker.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
He doth in some sort confess it.
If it has been confessed, it has not been redressed. Is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me. I say he hath, believe me. Abraham Slender, Esquire, saith he is wronged.
Well, here comes Sir John.
Now, Master Slender, you will complain to the king of me.
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your lodge keeper's daughter?
Pin, this shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all of this. That is now answered.
The council shall hear this.
'Twere better for you if the council were not to hear this. You'll be laughed at.
Pop the verb, Sir John, good words.
Good warts, good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. Time was that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I've matter in my head against you and that coney kitchen rascal Pistol.
Oh.
Pistol?
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 Oh.
Pistol?
How now, sir?
It is no matter.
Slice, I say. Paka, slice. That's my humor.
Ah, peace I pray you. Let us understand. There are 3 empires in this matter. First, Master Page, pronounced it Master Page, and myself, fidelity myself, and 3. Mine host of the garter.
The 3 of us to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make proof of it to my notebook, and together we will come to cause as very discreetly as we can.
Pistol?
He hears with ears.
Gentlemen, is down. What is this? He ears with ears. It is affectatious.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
I buy these gloves, did he? Or else I might knock on my own great chamber again. Else of 7 groats and mill pences and 2 Edward truffle boards. That cost me 2 shillings and 2 pence apiece. Buy these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol?
It is false if it is a pick purse.
Thou mountain foreigner, Sir John and Master mine, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. Word of denial in thy labrous ear, word of denial, froth and scum, thou liest.
Buy these gloves, did he? Buy this hat pen. He of a red-faced had it, for though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an heiress.
What say you, Pistol?
Oh, for my part, sir, I say he did drink himself out of his 5 sentences.
5 sentences. It is his 5 sentences. 5. What ignorance is this?
I'll ne'er be drunk again whilst I live, but in the honest, civil, God-fearing gentleman in your company, If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves.
God's judgment on me. This is a good man.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen. You hear it.
Nay, daughter, bring the wine within. We'll drink within.
Oh, heaven, this is Mistress Anne Page.
How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. With your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we'll have a hot venison pasty. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
I would for 40 shillings. I have my book of song and sonnets here.
I'll give good ear to his motions, Master Slender, and I will description the matter to you if you be of capacity for it.
Nay, pray you pardon me, as simple though I stand here.
But that's not the question, is it?
There's the point, sir.
Mary, the point is your marriage to Mistress Anne Page.
Why, if it be so, I shall do so upon any reasonable demands.
But can you affection the woman? Come, let's hear it with the lips, the divers philosophers say the lips and the parcel of the mouth. Can you carry her goodwill towards you, ever slender? Can you love her?
I hope, sir, I would do as well as one who would do reason.
Gods, lords, and ladies, you must speak pacifical, son. Can you carry her goodwill to you?
I will marry her at your request, but if there be no great love in the beginning, although heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance, when we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope that upon familiarity will grow more contempt. But if you say marry her, I will marry her. That I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
Well, the message is there, although the issue is with that word dissolutely. You mean resolutely. But he means well, he means well. Mistress Anne, if I were young for your sake.
The food is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
And I will not be absent at the grace.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you. Forsooth, heartily, I am very well.
The meal attends you, sir.
I am not hungry, I thank you. Just as a piece may sometimes be beholding to a friend for a man. I have 3 men and a boy yet, till my mother be dead. But what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
In faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I would rather walk here, I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day, playing at the sword and dagger with a master of fence. 3 penny for a dish of stewed prunes, and by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark so? Be there bears in the town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but she'll as soon quarrel at it as soon as any man in England. You are afraid of the bears if you see them, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I've seen the Chicago Bears lose 13 times and have taken them by the chain. But I warned you, the women have so cried and shrieked that they passed. Oh, women indeed cannot abide them. They're very ill-favored, rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come, we stay for you.
I thank you, sir. I'll eat nothing.
By cock and pie, you shall not choose, sir. Come.
Nay, pray you lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mr. Sand yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you, keep on.
I'll rather be unmannerly than troublesome if you do yourself wrong, indeed.
Mine host of the garter.
What says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Discard bully Hercules, cashier, let them wag, trot.
I sit at but 10 pounds a week.
Thou art an emperor, Caesar, Kaiser, and Feezer.
Well, sir, the truth is I am almost out at heels.
Well, then let kites ensue.
There is no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift.
Young ravens must have food.
Which of you know Ford of this town?
Oh, I ken the white. He is of substance good.
My honest lad, I will tell you what I am about.
2.5 yards.
No more quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist, 2 yards, about. But I am now about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style and the hardest voice of her behavior to be English correctly is, I am all Sir John Falstaff's.
He hath studied her will and translated her will out of honesty and into English.
Now, the report goes that she hath all the rule of her husband's purse, and he hath a legion of angels.
The humor rises, I like it. Tell me of the angels.
I have written here a letter to her, and here another to Mistress Page, who even now gave me good eyes also, examined my parts with most judicious oleates. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, and sometimes my portly belly.
Them like the sun on a dunghill shining.
Oh, she did so course o'er my exterior with such a greedy intention that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Here's another letter to her. She bears the purse also. She is like unto a region in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I shall be a cheater to them both, and they shall be exchequers for me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go now and bear this letter to Mistress Ford, and bear this to Mistress Page. We will thrive, lads. We will thrive.
Shall I, sir, Pandarus of Troy become, where steel at my side, and then Lucifer take all?
Hold, sirrah. Bear thou these letters tightly. You shall be my pinnace. Sail to these golden shores, rogue. Hence, avaunt, vanish like hailstones, go. Trudge, plod off on the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogue, myself and a skirted page.
Then let vultures gripe thy guts for gourd and funnel holds. I have operations which be humorous of revenge.
Master Slender will have a fool's head of your own. Now I know Anne's mind from that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I can for her. I thank heaven for it.
Who's within there?
Oh, who's there, I trow? Come in the house, I pray you.
How now, good woman? How dost thou?
The better it pleases your good worship to ask.
What news? How does the pretty Mistress Anne?
Ah, in truth, sir, and she is pretty, and honest, and gentle, and woman calls you friend. I can tell you that, by the way, and I thank heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkest thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
The troth all is in his hands above, but notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book she loves you. Has your worship a word above his eye?
Yes, Mary, never. What of it?
Thereby hangs a tale. I detest such another man, but an honest woman as ever grown read. We had an hour's talk of that wart, and I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But she's too given to alicoli and musing. As for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold. There's money for thee. Let me have thy voice on my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? We will, and I will tell your worship more of that wart, I mean other wars, when next we take confidence.
Well, farewell. I'm in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman. Oh, but Anne loves him not. I know Anne's mind as well as another. Oh, on it. So I forgot.
Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am I now the subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for though love use reason for his physician, he admits him not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to then, this is sympathy. You are married, so am I. Ha ha. This too is more sympathy. You love sad, so do I. What better sympathy could one desire? Suffice to say, Mistress Page, if the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I will say love me. For thee, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, for thee I fight, John Falstaff. Oh, wicked world! One that is well nigh worn to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What? Hath this Flemish drunkard picked with the devil's name out of my conversation that he dares in this manner assay me? Why, he has not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal in my mirth, heaven forgive me. I will exhibit a bill to Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenge I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Oh, Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I to you, you look rather ill.
Nay, I'll never believe it. I'll have to show you the contrary.
Faith, what you do in my mind?
Well, I do, and yet I'll have to show you the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, please give me some counsel.
What is it, woman?
Oh, woman, if it wasn't for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Well, hang the trifles dispense with honor. Come, what is it?
If I could go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Sir Alice Ford, these knights will hack, and so thou should not alter the article of thy gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worst of fat men, as long as I have an eye of the difference of men's liking, and yet do not swear, praise women's modesty, and gave an orderly and well-behaved reproof at all uncomeliness. And yet, I could have sworn by the disposition and to the truth of his words, but they do not more adhere and keep place together than the 100th song in the tune of my heart will go on and on. What tempest? I trove through this whale many tons of oil his belly ashore at Windsor. How shall I be revenged on him? I think that the best way were to entertain him with hope, till the wicked fire of lust melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter, but the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother to your letter. But I protest. Let thine inherit first, for mine never shall. I warranty half 1,000 of these letters, read with blank space for the name. Sure, more. And these are of the second edition. He prints them out of doubt where he cares not what he would put into the press when he would put us to. Why, I'd rather be giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. I will show you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Oh, this is the very same, the very hand. What doth he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. As if I would entertain myself like one I am not acquainted with all. For sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself, he never would board in me in such a fury.
Bored Dory, call you it. I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
As will I. If he ever come under my hatches, I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baby delay till he doth hog his horses to my post of the guard.
Nay, I cannot consent to any act of villainy that would not sully the charitableness of our own honesty. If my husband saw these letters, it would be fruit to his internal jealousies.
Oh, look at where he comes from. My good man too, and he is as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and I do hope that is an immeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Come, let us consult together against this greasy night.
Well, I hope it be not so.
Open the curdled hog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old. One with another Ford, he loves the Gallimaufry. Prevent Ford.
Loves my wife.
With liver burning hot, prevent, or go like Sir Actaeon he, with ringward at thy heels. Oh, odious is the name.
What name, sir?
The horn, I say farewell. Take heed. Keep one eye open, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, or summer comes, or cuckoo birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Pistol. Believe it, page, he speaks sense.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
This is true. I care not for the humor of lying. He hath wronged me in some humors, but I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loves thy wife. That is the short and the long. My name is Sir Corporal Pistol. I speak and I vouch. 'Tis true. Sir John Falstaff loves thy wife. Adieu. I love not the humor of bread and cheese, but there's the humor of it. Adieu.
The humor of it, quotha. There's a fellow afraid English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
Have you ever heard such a drawling, affecting rogue?
If I do find it, well.
I don't believe the Cetacean, though the priest of the town does commend him as a true man.
'Twas a good, sensible fellow. Well,
Oh, how now, Meg?
Hark you, George, whither you go?
How now, sweet Frank, where art thou melancholy?
I, melancholy? I am not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith has thy conscience in thy head. Mistress Page, will you go?
I'll be with you. You'll come home, George? Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry night.
Trust me, I thought of her. She'll fit in.
Be eager to see my daughter Anne?
Oh, forsooth, and I pray how does good Mistress Anne?
Oh, come inside with us and see. We'll have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
And yes, you heard what he also told to
Do you
me.
think there is truth in them?
Hang him, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it.
I'd like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the garter?
Aye, marry he does. If he should intend this voyage towards my wife, I would put her loose upon him. And what he gets from her more than sharp words, well, let that fall on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. Though Page be a secure fool and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my own opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, then I lose not my labor. And if she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
I will not lend thee a penny.
Why, then the world's my oyster. With sword I shall open.
Not a penny. I have been content, sir, for you to lay my countenance to pawn. I have grated on my good friends for 3 reprieves for you, or else you had looked through the bars like a gemony of baboons. I am doomed to hell for swearing to gentlemen my friends that you were a good soldier and a tall fellow. And when Mistress Bridget lost her van, I took it upon mine honor, thou hast it not.
Didst thou not share? Hast thou not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason! Thinkest thou I will endanger my soul gratis? At a word, head no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go, a short knife and a crowd. To thy manner of cut-purse go. You will not carry a letter from me. You rogue, you will stand upon your honor. Well, it is as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honor precise. Why, you unconfinable baseness. Sometimes I, keeping the fear of God on the left hand and hiding mine honor in my necessity, am fain to shuffle and to hedge and to lurch. But you, rogue, will ensconce your rags, your catamount looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold beating oaths under the shelter of your honor. You will not do it. You!
I do relent. What wouldst thou more of man?
Sir, here's a woman would speak with you.
Let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and please your worship.
Good maiden then.
I'll be sworn, as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Can I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, good woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the listening.
There is one Mistress Ford. I pray you come a little nearer this way.
Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship speaks true, but I pray you come a little nearer this way.
I warrant you, nobody hears. My own people. My own people.
Are they so? God bless them and make him his servants.
Mistress Ford, what say you about her?
Why, sir, she is a good creature. Lord, your worship is a wanton.
Mistress Ford, come now, Mistress Ford.
Oh, Mary, this is the short and long of it. You have brought her to such a canary's as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, the court lay at Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary's. Yes, there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches, I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk and so rushling. And I warrant you in silk and gold, and in the most elegant terms, and of the best and fairest, and in such wine and sugar that would make any woman swoon. And they could not give so much as an eye wink of her. I myself had 20 angels given me this morning, and I defy all angels, but in the way of honesty. And they could not get her so much as a sip on a cup with the proudest of them. Yet there has been Earl's name, which is more friendship.
But what says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
She hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his home between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Aye, forsooth, then you may go and see the picture that you wrote of. Her husband, Master Ford, will be from home.
10 and 11. Good woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well, but I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you two. And let me tell you in your ear, she is as virtuous a civil modest wife as any, and one that will not miss you morning or evening prayer as any is in Windsor, who e'er be the other. She bade me tell you, her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I've never seen a woman so dote upon a man. I think you must have charms, Lois.
Oh, not I. I assure you, setting the attractions of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessings on your heart for it.
But I pray you tell me this. Have Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other with how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. I should hope they have not so little grace. That were a trick indeed. My Mistress Page would desire that you send her your littlest page of all loves. Her husband has taken a marvelous infection to the little lad, and truly he's an honest gentleman. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, rise as she list. Well, as she will, and truly she deserves it. If there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send her your page, no remedy.
Well, I will.
Yeah, but do so then. And look, he may come and go between you both, and if there be a nay word that either of you know one another's mind, is he a child? He did not understand anything. It's not good that children should know wickedness. Old folks have discretion in the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. Here is my purse. I am still your debtor. Boy, go with this good woman. This news distracts me. Sayest thou so, old Sir John? Well, go your ways. I will make more use of this old body than I have done. Will they still look after me? Will I be a debtor after the expense of so much money, or now a gainer? The good body, I thank thee. Let them say it is grossly done, so it be fairly won, no matter.
Sir John, there's one Master Brooke below, would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning draught of sack.
Brooke is his name?
Aye, sir.
Send him in. Such brooks are welcome to me that overflow such liquor. Ah, Mistress Page and Mistress Ford, have I encompassed you? Go to, via.
Bless you, sir.
And you would speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
You're welcome. What's your will?
Sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke.
Good Master Brooke, I desire even more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours, not to charge you, for I must let you understand, I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion, for they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, and I have here a bag of money troubles me, if you will have to bear it. Sir John, take all or half for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your port.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Speak, good Master Brooke, I would be glad to be of service.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you. And you have been a man long known to me, though I had never such good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfections. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with the reproof the easier. Sith, you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender.
Very well, sir. Proceed.
There is a gentlewoman of the town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed much on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me sight of her, not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, whether in my mind or in my means meed, I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love, like shadow flies, when substance love pursues, pursuing that which flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction from her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
What quality of your love is it then?
Like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I have erected it.
To what purpose do you unfold this to me?
Oh, good Sir John, when I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a man of excellent breeding, of admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparation.
No, sir.
I believe it, for you know it. There is money. Spend it, spend more, spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange for it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing. Win her to consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection if I should enjoy what you would want to have? I think thou prescribest to thyself most preposterous.
Oh, understand my drift, good sir, for she dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. But would I could come to her with some detection in my hand, and my desires instance and argument to commend myself to her, well then I could drive her from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other of her defenses, which are now too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, Sir John?
Master Brooke, first, I will make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. Now, as I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir!
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John, you shall want none.
Want no Mistress Ford, Master Brooke, you shall want none. I shall be with her, I can tell you, by her own appointment. Even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I can tell you I shall be with her between 10 and 11, at which time her jealous, rascally husband shall be forth. Come to me soon at night. I will tell you how I speak.
I am blessed in your acquaintance, good sir. Do you know Ford, Sir John?
Hang him, poor cuckoldly knave. I know him not, but I do him wrong to call him poor. They say the jealous, witowly knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favored. I will use her as the key to the cuckoldy rogue's coffers, and there's my harvest home.
And would you know Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him?
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue! I will scare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor over the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, you shall see that I will predominate over this peasant, and you will lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, will know him as a knave and a cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says that this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him. The hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawn at, and I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms. Names. A Maidman sounds well. Lucifer, well. Barbizon, well. But cuckold. Whittle. Cuckold. God, the devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass. A secure ass. He will trust his wife. He will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with the aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding, and my wife with herself, and she plots, and she ruminates, and she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may affect. They will break their hearts, but they will affect. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock is the hour. I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, fie, fie. Cuckold. Cuckold. Cuckold.
old to be a follower. Now, you are a leader. Whether had you lead mine eyes or I your master's heels.
I would rather, forsooth, go with you as a man than before him as a dwarf.
Thou art a flattering boy. It'll see you be a courtier.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Indeed she is, and as idle as she may hang for want of company. I think if your husbands were dead, you two should marry.
Be sure of it. 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weathercock?
Oh, I can never remember his name. The Dickens, my husband had him. What do you call your knight, sirrah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
That's that. I can never hit on his name. There's such a plea between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed she is.
By your leave then, sir. I am sick till I see her.
Hath Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure, they sleep. He hath no use of them. Why, this boy could carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon could shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly motion and advantage. And now, she's going to my wife, and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear this shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so-seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and willful actium, and to all these proceedings all my neighbors shall cry aim. The clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. I will find Falstaff, for it is as positive as the earth is firm that he is there. Oh, I will go.
Well met, Master Ford.
I pray I have good cheer at home. I pray some of you go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford. I have an appointment to dine with Mistress Anne, and I'll not break with her for more money than I'll speak of. I have your goodwill, Father Page.
You do, Master Splendor. I stand wholly for you. My wife would have my daughter marry a doctor.
And what say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he has eyes of youth, he writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. He will carry it, he will carry it. 'Tis in his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild Prince of Points. He's of too high a region. He knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he was going to take her, let him take her simply. My wealth waits upon my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you, some of you come home with me. Beside your cheer, I have good sport at home. I will show you a monster. You will go, Master Page, and,
Well, very well. We'll have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Farewell, my hearts. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine with him first. I shall make him dance. You will go, gentles?
Have with you to see this monster.
What, Mistress Quickly? What, Mistress Kayla?
Quickly, quickly, the pop back.
I warrant, but pistol, I say.
No, come, give them the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, Quickly, Mistress Kayla, keep your heart at the brew house, and when you are suddenly called, come forth without any pause or staggering. Take this basket on your shoulder. That done, trudge it with all haste, and take it amongst the whistlers that batch of meat. Then, throw it into the muddy ditch near the Tamasai. You will do it? I have told them over and over again. They lack no direction. Be gone and come forth when you are called.
Oh, look, here comes little pistol.
Hannah, my iron musket, what's the news with you?
My master, Sir John, is at your back door, Mistress Ford, and wishes to see you right away.
You little chaplain, have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn. I have not said a word of your being here, and my master has threatened me with everlasting liberty if I should say anything. No, he knows nothing.
You are a good lad. The secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee and make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hang.
Do so. Tell my master I'm alone. Mistress Page, remember your cue.
I warn you, but do not act his me.
Go then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross, watery pumpkin, and we'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught you, my heavenly jewel? Why now, let me die. I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this heavenly hour.
Oh, Sir John!
Mistress Ford, I cannot hog, I cannot pray, Mistress Ford. Now, shall I sin in my wish? I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it in front of the best lord. I would make you my lady.
I, your lady? Alas, I'm but a pitiful lady.
Let the court in France show me such another. I can see how thine eye would emulate the diamond, and thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship attire, or the attire valiant, or any attire of Venetian admittance.
Now, plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing, nor else one either.
Thou art an absolute traitor to say so. Thou would make a perfect courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircular farthingale. I can see what thou wert. If fortune thy foe were not, nature thy friend, come, thou canst not hide it. Oh!
Believe me, there is no such thing in me.
Oh. Why do I love thee? Let that persuade thee that there is something extraordinary about thee. Come, come, come. I cannot say thou art this and that, like some of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel and smell like bucklersbury in simple time. I cannot. But I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, Sir John. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Oh, thou mightest well say, I love to walk beside the Edgewater beach, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and one day you shall find it.
Keep in that mind, I shall deserve it.
Nay, I have to tell you so you do, so I can't be that mind.
Mistress Ford! Mistress Page is out your back door, huffing and puffing, and I think my leech is gonna be here any second. Ah!
She shall not see me. I will ensconce myself behind the arts.
Pray do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed, you're overthrown, you are undone forever.
Oh, what's the matter, Mistress Page?
Out upon you to have such an honest man for your husband and give him cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
Oh, well, a day, Mistress Ford, what cause of suspicion? How I am mistooken you.
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband is coming hither, woman, with all the officers of Windsor to search for a man that he says is here now. By your consent to take ill advantage of his essence, you are undone.
Oh, 'tis not so, I hope.
Oh, pray 'tis not so that you have such a man here. But it is certain your husband is coming, with half of Windsor at his heels to search for such a one. I come before to tell you. Now, if you know yourself clean, then I am glad of it. But if you have a man here, convey him out. Be not amazed, call Oh, never stand a would you rather, how I am mistooken you. But wait, here is a basket. If he be of any reasonable stature, he may creep into the basket, and we will throw foul linen upon him, and you can set it off with your ladies, like it is going to whiting time or washing time, and he will escape to Dutch meat as so.
Yeah, he's too big to go in there.
What shall I do?
Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. I'll in. Follow your friend's counsel, I'll in.
Why, Sir John, are these your letters, knight?
I love thee both. Help me away. Let me crawl in here. I'll never trouble me no more with vanity.
Quick, come, master.
Mistress Quickly! Mistress Kayla! Take this to the... Where is the cowl staff? Look how you tremble. Take this to the laundress and dash it me. Quickly.
Ready, come here. I suspect without cause, why that makes sport of me. Let me be your table sport, I deserve it. How now? Whither bear you this?
What? Why do you wither the carrots? You were best metal in buck washing.
Buck? I would I could wash myself of the buck. Buck, aye, buck, and of the season too, I shall warrant you. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Ascend my chambers. Search, seek, find out. I warrant will unkennel the fox. So now, uncape.
Good, Master Ford. Be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen, you shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical humors and jealousy.
Nay, let us go with him and see the issue of his search.
Is there not double excellency in this?
I do not know which pleases me more, that my husband is deceived or Sir John.
He had to be in such a taking when your husband asked, who was in the basket?
I'm afraid in need of some washing. So throwing him into the water will do him some good.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. I would too if I were in such a strain.
I think my husband had some special suspicion of Falstaff being here, for I've never seen him so engrossed in his jealousies until now.
We shall try that. We will yet have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine.
Shall we send that foolish carry-on Mistress Quickly to him, in excuse of throwing him into the water, and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
Yes, let's. We'll send for him later today to make amends.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
I review that. You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so.
Heaven makes you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be any potty in the house, and in the chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
There is nobody.
Fie, Master Ford. Are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil brought this imagination? Why, I wouldn't have your distemper in this matter for all the wealth of Windsor Castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer for a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest almonds as I desires among 5,000. And 500 too. By gar, I see 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a meal. Come walk in the park with me, I pray you. Pray pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife, come, Mistress Page. I pray heartily. Pardon me.
Let's go in. We'll burning together. I have a fine haul for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything.
If there is one, I shall make two in the company. If there be one or two, I shall make a return.
Here you go, Master Page.
A lousy knave to have his jibes and his mockeries.
I see I shall never have thy father's love. Therefore, no more journey to him, sweet man.
Alas, how then?
Thou must be thyself. He should have rejected him of who greater birth than that. A state of being gouged by my expense. I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Beside these, the other bars he lays before me, and riots past wild societies. And he tells me to the thing impossible. I should love thee, but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No heaven shall sound me in my time to come. I will confess that thy father's wealth was the first motive for wooing me. Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more worth than stamps of gold or something sealed bags. It was the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love. Still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humble suit cannot obtain it, why then, hark you hither.
Mistress, quickly break their talk. Chapter bolts on. No, 'tis but venturing. She saw not this baby. I care not for that, but that I am feared.
Hark ye, Master Slender would speak a word with you. I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults looks handsome in 300 pounds a year. How does Master Fenton, I pray you, a word with you?
I had a father, Mistress Anne. Sir Hugh can tell you good jests of him.
Now, Master Slender,
Now, Mistress Anne.
what is your will?
My will? Oh, tardy. That's a pretty just indeed. I never made my will yet. I thank heaven I'm not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for my own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and Sir Hugh have made motions. If it be my luck, so if not, happy man be his dole. They know how things go better than I do. You should ask them. Here's your father.
Now, Master Slender, love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What hath Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir, thus still to haunt my house. I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Good Master Fenton, come not to my daughter.
She is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No, good Master Fenton. Master Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wronged me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as do I. Perforce against all checks, rebooks, and manners. I must advance the colors of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yon fool.
Oh, I mean it not. I seek you a better husband.
Alas, I had rather be set quick of the earth than boiled to death with turnips.
Come, worry yourself not. Good Master Fenton, I cannot be thy friend, but nor will I be thine enemy. My daughter, I will question how she loves you, and as I see her, I am so afflicted. Till then, farewell. She needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress, and farewell, man.
This is my doing. Nay, said I, would you cast away your daughter on a fool? Look to Master Fenton, this is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee, once tonight, give my sweet man this ring. And here, for thy pains.
Oh, bless you, sir. Oh, he is truly an honest heart. A woman would run through fire and water for such a heart as his. But would I? Master Slender had Mistress Anne, or in sooth I would Master Fenton had her. I'll do what I can for them both, for so I have promised, and I'll be good to my word. Auspiciously for Master Fenton. Now I have another errand to Sir John Falstaff from my two mistresses. What a beast I am to slack it.
Have I lived to be carried in a basket? Like a wheelbarrow of butcher's offal, and then to be thrown into the river? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains taken out, buttered, and fed to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a dead bitch's puppies. And you may know, by my size, I have a certain alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should go down. I escaped drowning because the shore was shelvy and shallow, a depth that I abhor, for the water swells a man. And what a thing I should be when I have been swelled. I would be a mountain of mummy.
Here's Mistress Quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Let me pour some sack into the Thames water, for my belly is as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs. Call her in.
Come in.
Clean away these chalices. Brew me a pottle of sack finely.
With eggs, sir.
Simple of itself, I'll no pullet sperm in my brewage. How now, woman?
Why, I come from Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford. I have had Ford enough. I have been thrown into the Ford. I have a belly full of Ford.
Alas the day! Good heart. That was not her fault. Well, that was not her fault. She does so take after her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mine. To build upon a foolish woman's promise.
She laments for it, sir, that it would hurt your heart to see. Her husband goes a-birding. She would desire that you come to her between 8 and 9, and she will make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his phrase, and then judge of my merit.
What? Tell her, sir.
Do you so? Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
8 and 9. Well, be gone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
Yes. I marvel I hear not from Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well enough. Oh, here it comes.
Bless you, sir.
You come to find out what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
I will not lie to you, Master Brooke. I was at her house at the very hour she appointed.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favoredly, Master Brooke.
Well, how so? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke. But the peaking cornuto, her husband, dwelling in a continuous lacrum of jealousy, comes me at the very instant of our encounter, as we had embraced, kissed, protested, and as it were spoke the prologue of our comedy, and at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, to search his house for his wife's love.
What, while you were there?
While I was there,
And did he search for you and could not find you?
you shall hear. As good luck would have it, in comes one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Mistress Ford's discontinuance conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
By the Lord, a buck basket rammed me in with foul shirts, smocks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, that, Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
You shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Thus, crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves were sent forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Dashet Lane. They put me on their shoulders, but met the jealous knave, their master, at the door. He asked them 2 or 3 times what they had in their basket. I quaked in fear, lest the lunatic knave searched it, but fate, ordaining that he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for his search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected by a jealous, rotten bellwether. And next, to be compassed in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point and head to heel. And then to be stomped in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of it, a man of my kidney, a man as subject to heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle I escaped suffocation. And then, at the height of this bath, after I had been more than half stewed in grease like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the river and cooled, glowing hot, in that surge like a horseshoe. Hissing hot. Think of that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. And my suit then is desperate, you'll undertake her no more.
I will be thrown into Etna, as I have bin into Thames before I will leave her thus. Her husband is gone a-birding. I have received another embassy of meeting from her. Between 8 and 9 is the hour.
'Tis past 8 already, sir.
Is it? Well then I must arrange for my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed, and the conclusion shall be crowned by your enjoying her. Adieu. You will have her, Master Brooke. You will cuckold Ford.
Is this a dream? Is this a vision? Do I sleep? Master Brooke, awake! Master Ford, awake! There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford! This is to be married. This is to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take the lecher. He is at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse or into a pepper box, unless the devil that guides him should aid him. I will search impossible places. Though to be what I am, I cannot avoid, yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, well then let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Monsieur, Master Ford's already those things.
Oh, surely he must be by this, or will be presently. But truly, he was very courageous mad about his getting thrown into the water. Mistress Ford would desire that you come presently.
I'll be with her by and by. Look which way the master comes. 'Tis a plain day, I see.
Falstaff, oh Falstaff, wherefore art thou Falstaff?
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my suffrage. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth. Not only in the simple office of love, Mistress Ford, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a burden, Sir John.
What ho, Gossip Ford? What ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
Oh! I would we were well rid of this knavery.
Hello, sweetheart. Who is at home beside yourself?
Why, none but thine own people.
Indeed.
Why, certainly. Speak louder.
Well, I am glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Oh, woman, your husband is in his old limbs again, and so takes on to my husband. Rails against all married mankind, curses all of Eve's daughters of complexion whatsoever, but bears himself on the forehead, crying, "Peer out! Peer out!" Any madness I yet beheld looks like tameness, civility, and patience, compared to this distemper he is in now. I am so glad that fat knight is not here.
Why does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and insists that he was here last time he searched for him and carried off in a basket. Further, he protests to my husband that the knight is here now, and so pulls my men and their company from their sport to make an experiment of his suspicion. I am so glad the knight is not here. Now he shall see his own foolery.
Well, how near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by at street's end. He'll be here anon.
Oh, I'm undone. The night is here.
Oh, for shame, and he is but a dead man. Come, away with him, rather shame than murder.
What shall I do? How shall I bestow him? Shall I put him in the basket again?
No! I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere they come?
Through You know, there they used to discharge the burning pieces. Quickly to the kiln hall. Louis? Oh, no, he will search there on my note. Neither press, coffer, chest, press, vault, well. He has the abstracts of the remembrance of those places and will go there on his note. There is no hiding you in this house.
I will go outside them.
Sir John, surely if you go out in your own semblance, you will die. But if we were to disguise you somehow.
How might we disguise him?
Alas, the day I know not. There's no woman's gown big enough to fit him, ere I say a kerchief and a hat, and away he escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather than a mischief.
Ooh! My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above.
On my word, it'll suit him. She's as big as he is, and there's her thrown hat and her muffler. Run out, Sir John.
Go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will kindly for your head.
Go quickly. We'll dress you straight. Put on the gown the while.
I knew my husband would meet him in the shape. He cannot abide the woman of Brentford. Swear she's a witch, forbade him from our house, and have threatened to beat her.
Well, heaven guide him to your husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel thereafter.
But is my husband coming?
Alas, in great sadness he is, and speaks of the basket too, howsoever he hath the intelligence.
We'll try that. For I'll appoint my men to carry the basket on their shoulders like they did last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him as the witch of Brentford.
First, I will direct my men. You, go up. I'll get the linen straight.
Hang him, dishonest harlot. We cannot misuse him enough. Legal proof by that which we do. Wives may be married, yet honest too. We do not act often in jest or laugh. 'Tis old but true. Smooth water runs where the brook is deep.
Mr. Squiggly, Mr. Scale. Your master is hard at the door. If he bid you to set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Pray heaven it do not pull up night again.
I hope not. I'd rather leave than bear.
If it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down that basket, villains! Somebody, call my wife. Youth in a basket, oh, you panderly rascals, there's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me, and now shall the devil be shamed. What? Come forward, wife. Behold, what honest clothes you sent forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You, sir, cannot be let loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
This is lunacy, says mad as a mad dog. Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well, indeed.
So say I too, sir. Come forward, wife. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
And be my witness you do if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I will find you anon.
It's irresponsible. Why don't you pick up your wife's clothes and come away?
Empty the basket, I say.
Why, man, why?
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house this morning in this basket. Why should he not be there again? In my house, I am sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man in there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you. Master Ford, you must pray. Do not fall for the imaginations of the heart. 'Tis jealousies.
Well, he's not here that I seek for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Pray search this house this one time with me. If I prove not honest, show no color for my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford, Chat searched a hollow walnut for his wife's lover. Pray satisfy me this once more. Once more, search with me.
No, hello, Mistress Page. Come down, you and the old woman. My husband will step into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman is that?
Nay, it's the old woman of Brentford.
A witch, a queen, an old cousining queen. Have I not forbid her in this house? She comes of errands, does she not? We are simple men. We know not what is brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such doggery as this. Beyond our element, we know nothing. Come down, you witch! Come down, I say! Oh.
Nay, sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, give me a hand.
I'll crack her. Out of my house, you witch! Out! Pull out! You baggage! Out! Time! Out!
Are you not ashamed that they can kill a poor woman?
Nay, he will not exist for you.
I'll conjure you! I'll fortune tell you! I think this woman is a witch! There's a bear into the muffler! You have witchcraft in your lips! Hang her, witch! Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again. Follow me, gentlemen.
Come, gentlemen, let us obey his insanity a bit further.
Trust me, he beats him most pitifully. Nay, by the mass, he beat him most unpitifully, he thought.
I will have that cudgel hollowed and hung over the altar. It has done merit to his service.
What do you think? Shall we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of good conscience, pursue any further revenge on him?
I would think the spirit of wantonness is surely scared out of him. Unless the devil had him in some sort of fee simple, he will never, I think, in the way of ways, to tempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have served him?
Yes, if but to scrape the figures from your husband's brain. If they find in their hearts that the poor, unvirtuous, fat knight need any further afflicting, we too will still be the ministers.
I'm not worried they'll have him publicly shamed, for methinks that there will be no period of jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come to the forge with it then. I'll not have things cool.
Drink, sir. Drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things. What three things does drink especially provoke? Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and mars him. It sets him on. Takes him off. It persuades him. Disheartens him. Makes him stand to. And not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
'Tis one of the most honest descriptions of a woman I ever did look upon.
And did he bring you both these letters in an instant?
In a quarter of an hour.
Henceforth, wife, do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. You were with one of late who was a heretic as firm as faith.
Ah, 'tis well, no more. Being on this extreme in submission is an offense, but let our plot move forward. Let our wives, yet once again to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, that we may take him and disgrace him.
There is no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To say they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the river and grievously beaten as an old woman. Methinks there should be terrors in him. Methinks his flesh is punished that he should not come.
So think I too.
Devise how you use him when he comes. Let us two devise to bring him thither. We have thought on it, and this is our plot. You have heard the tale of Herne the Hunter, who, sometime a keeper here in the Windsor forest, doth all the winter time, and still midnight, walk round about an oak with great ragged horns. And there he blasts the tree, and takes the cattle to make the milk kind yield blood, and shakes the chain in a hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard the spirit of Herne the Hunter, that the superstitious, idle-headed elf doth receive and deliver to our age as a truth, the tale of Herne the Hunter.
Yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. What of it?
Mary, this is our device, that Falstaff at the oak shall be us.
Let it not be doubted but that he'll come, but in that shape, when you have brought him thither, what will we do with him? What is your plot?
So, we will ask Falstaff to come dressed as Herne the Hunter. Mine and Paige, and her brother, and more of their growth, we shall dress as urchins, fairies, oaks, bright colors, green and white. We'll hide them in the pit by Herne's oak, and upon our meeting with Falstaff, they will rush forward with some diffused song. Upon great suddenness, we will fly, and there they will encircle the night to pinch him, fairy-like, and demand to know why, at this hour of fairy reveal, he dare tread in their path, dressed in as their lord in this shape profane.
And until he tell the truth, let those supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
Upon the truth being known, we will dishorn the spirit, display ourselves, and lock him home to Windsor.
The children must be well practiced to this, or they'll ne'er do it.
I will teach the children their behaviors, and I, like a jack of apes, will burn him with my taper.
Never you mind about the children. Just go get us chickens and provisions for our families.
This is excellent. I will go and buy them vizards.
And mine and Paige will be the queen of the fairies. Just find me in a robe of white.
And that silk shall I go by. And in that time, Master Slender will steal my Anne away, and marry her, and even go send to Falstaff Street.
Oh, nay, I'll to him in the name of Brooke again, and he'll tell me all his purpose. Sure, he'll come.
Let us about it, his very honorable pleasures and honest knaveries.
Oh.
You go to Falstaff. That way we may know his mind. I'll go to Fenton. None but he has my goodwill to marry my Nan Page. Sure, my husband doth prefer that Slender, and though he is well-moneyed and has many high friends in court, he is an idiot. No, none but Fenton shall marry my daughter, though 20,000 worthier may come to crave her.
What wouldst thou have, boar? What thick skin? Speak. Breathe. Discuss. Brief, short, quick snap.
Merry host. I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go knock and call. We'll speak like an Anthropophaginian unto thee. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as to stay, host, until she come down. 'Tis her I come to speak with, indeed.
A fat woman. The night may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight. Bully Sir John. Speak from thy lungs, military. Art thou there? It is thine host, thine Ephesian calls.
How now, my host?
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie. Privacy? Fie.
There was mine host, an old fat woman, with me even now, but she's gone.
Pray, sir, was not the wise woman of Brentford?
Ah, Mary, it was Muscle Shell. What would you with her?
Seeing her go through the street, sir, to know whether one pistol, sir, that beguiled me of a chain had the chain or no.
I spoke with the old woman about it.
What says she, sir?
Mary, she says, the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened it.
I would I could speak with her herself. There's more I would know of him.
What are they? Tell us.
Aye, come quick.
I cannot conceal it.
Conceal them, or thou diest.
Why, 'tis about nothing but mistress and page, whether were my fortune to have her or no.
Tis fortune.
What, sir?
Whether to have her or no.
I thank your worship for these glad tidings.
Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host. And I have learned more wit from her than ever I learned in all my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but I was paid dearly for my learning. I would all the world would be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If this should come to the ear of the court, how I have been transformed, and how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop and liquor fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits till I was as crestfallen as a dry pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at pinochle. Well, if my wind were but long enough to say my prayers, I would repent. Oh, now, woman, where comest thou?
From the two parties, Christian.
The devil take the one party and his damn the other. I have suffered more for their sakes than the villainous inconsistency of man's disposition is able to bear.
Aw. They suffered. Yes, speciously one of them, Mistress Ford. Why, she has been so black and blue you can hardly see a white spot about her.
What tellest thou me about black and blue? I myself was beaten into every color of the rainbow. And I was near apprehended for the witch of Brentford. But that my admirable dexterity of wit by counterfeiting the actions of an old woman delivered me. The knave constable had set me in the stocks, in the common stocks, for a witch.
Poor thing. Come with me to your chamber. There I will explain everything, and to your content, here is a letter that will say somewhat what ado there is to bring you both together. One of you does not serve them well that you are so cross.
Well, come up into my chamber then.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
You hear me speak. Assist me was my purpose, and for I am a gentleman, I shall give you 100 more pounds in gold than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will, at the least, keep your counsel.
From time to time, I have acquainted thee with dear love I bear for the fair and page. Mitchell has answered my affection, so far forces herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her, the contents of which you will wonder at. The mirth whereof so lauded by my manner that neither singly could manifest it without the show of oath. That Falstaff has a great scene. The image of the jest you shall see a large heart. Good night, host. Tonight, at Windsor, it just took 12 and 1. My sweet man presents the fairy queen. Purpose wise here, in which disguise. Well, most jests are something rank afoot. Her father has commanded her to slip away with Slender and Wisdom to Eton immediately to be married. She has consented? Now, let's at rest. Her father means for her to be in all white. And in that habit, when Slender sees his time, he will grab her by the hand and bid her go.
Which means she to deceive?
Oh, my good host, to go along with me and here at rest, that you'll procure the vicar and stay for me at the church twixt 12 and 1. And in the lawful name of Mary, you shall give our hearts in united ceremony.
Well, husband, your device, all to the vicar. Bring you the maid, shall not lack a priest.
So I shall evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll give present recompense. Ooh. Huh?
Prithee, no more prattling. You go, I'll hold. This is the 3rd time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away I go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away.
I will provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say. Time wears. Lift up your chin and mince. How now, Master Brooke? The matter will be no tonight or never. Be you in the park around midnight at Hearn's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Were you not to her earlier, sir, as you had told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see me, as a poor old man. But I came from her as a poor old woman. That same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously in the form of a woman. For in the form of a man, Master Brooke, I am not afraid of Goliath with a weaver's beam. Because I know also, life is a shut. I'm in haste, go with me, I will tell you all. Since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top as a lad, I had not known what it was to be beaten until recently. Follow me, I will tell you strange things of this knave Ford, upon whom tonight I will be revenged. And I will deliver his wife into your hands. Follow, Master Brooke. Strange things in hand. Follow.
Let us couch here a while and speak until we see the light of our fairies. Remember, Master Slender, my daughter.
I, forsooth, I have met with her and have come to a neighborhood how to know each other. Dressed in white, I shall cry, Mum, and she shall cry, Budget.
That's good too, but what need of your mom or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough.
And that way we know one another.
It strikes 11 o'clock. The night is dark. The lightened spirits becoming well. Heaven prospers our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and will recognize him by his cuckoldy horns. Come, Master Slender, let's away.
Where is Nan now and her troop of fairies and that Welsh devil Hugh?
They're crouched in a pit hard by Herne's Oak, with their lights obscure. Upon our meeting with Falstaff, they will at once display them to the knight.
They cannot choose but amaze him.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will in every way be mocked.
That will betray him finely.
Against such lewd stirs in their lechery, those that betray them do no treachery.
The hour draws on. To the oak! To the oak!
Trip, trip, fairies, trip, trip. Now, good people, you're going to see how fairies go into action. Trip, trip, fairies, out to the field, rally your stuff together. Come, let me see fairies about me. Good job, fairy. Good job, fairy. Good job. Okay, now, remember your parts, and I pray you be brave. And when I go into the pit, follow me into the pit. And when I call off the watchwords, do as I bid and follow the watchwords. Now, who's with me? Come on, put him in. Give me trip, trip on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trip, trip.
The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now, the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa. Love set on thy horns. Oh, powerful love! That in some aspects makes a beast a man, and in others a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. Oh, omnipotent love. How near the god came to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. Oh, Jove, a beastly fault. And then a second fault done in the semblance of a fowl. Think on it, Jove, a foul fault. When the gods have hot backs, what shall we poor men do? As for me, I am here, a Windsor stag, and I think the fattest in the forest. Send me a cool rock time, Jove, or who could blame me to piss my tallow? Who goes there? Is it my Jove?
Sir John, art thou there? Art thou there, my male dear?
Oh, my doe of the black scunt. Let it rain potatoes. Let it thunder to the tune of the Hallelujah chorus. Hail, kissing comforts, and snow erringos. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Mistress Page is with me, sweetheart.
Say what?
Oh, well, divide me like a bride buck then, to each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself and my shoulders to the fellow of this walk, and I will bequeath my horns to your husbands. Am I a woodsman? Sound I like Hern the Hunter? Now, Cupid is a child of forgiveness. He makes restitution. As I am a true spirit, welcome both.
Alas, what noise! Forgive our sin! Away! Away!
Oh, what should this be? I think the devil will not have me damned, lest all the oil that's in me sets hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Berries black, gray, green, and white. You moonshine revelers and shades of night. You orphan heirs of fixed destiny. Attend your office and your quality. Crier hobgoblin, make the fairy oyez.
Elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, Windsor chimney shalt thou leap, where fires thou findest unraked and hearths unswept. There pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
These are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I will hide and wink. No man their works must hide.
Come thee hither to our Fairy Fall Festival here at Hearn's Oak, located conveniently right here on Gillette Street. Alas, poor Sir John Falstaff, I knew him well, a knight of infinite boasts. Where be thy boasts now, brave knight? Hide your head and confess your sins while we pinch your head, neck, back, shoulder, sides, and shins.
About, search Windsor Castle, elves within and out. Strew good luck on every sacred room, worthy the owner and the owner it. In several offices of professors, look you scour, and find their juice of vodka and scotch. In Holden, search for a scrap of meat, yet find you none, not even in the meatloaf. Fertile fresh the soccer field to see, for every 2 players, find only 1 student. Let emerald, purple, blue, and white powders into Professor Prudix Guild, or a drug lord satchel, or both, knowing Professor Prudick. Let sapphire, pearl, and rich embroidery drape manor house and all who dwell there. Fairies use flowers for courting, but for goblins who live in Founder's Court, a little herb will do the trick. Away, disperse, but till 'tis 1 o'clock, our custom dance round about the oak of Hern the Hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you, lock hand in hand yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to measure round about the tree. But stay, I smell a man of middle earth.
Oh, heavens, the fatty!
By triumph fire touch me his finger end. If he be chaste, the flame will back descend, and do to him no pain. But if he starve, 'tis the sign of a corrupt heart.
A trial come, will would take fun.
Corrupt and tainted in desire, about him fairies, and sing a scornful rhyme, and as you do, still pinch him to your time.
Fine, sinful fantasy, I love closure. Lust is blood and fire, kindle the touches desire. Fanning heart, as flames as fire, starts to look and higher. Pinch your berries, usually, pinch your boys,
His ship in return to candles and stars shine by single fantasy, by lust and luxury, lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with righteous desire, fed in heart whose flames aspire, thoughts to blood and higher love, ancient barons mutually, killed for his deity, turn him about to candles and starlight, the moon shining out, fine sinful fantasy, fine lust and luxury, lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with righteous desire, fed in heart whose flames aspire, thoughts to blood and higher love, ancient barons mutually, killed for his deity, kinship and burn him and turn him about to candles and starlight, the moon shining out.
Ah, no, do not flee. We have watched you well enough. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
Oh, come, hold the jest up no higher. Now, Sir John, how do you like the Windsor wives? Come, good husband, do not these fair yoke become the forest better than the town?
Now, sir, who's the cuckold now? Master Brooke, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldly knave. Here are his horns. And Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of fords but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be repaid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Shit. Sir John, we could have never met. I will never take you as my love again, but I will always count you as my dear.
I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass.
I and an ox too, both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies. I had it in my thoughts 3 or 4 times that they were not fairies, but the guiltiness of my mind and the sudden surprise of my powers drove the gross foppery to a received belief that in despite of all the teeth of rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may become a jacqueline when 'tis upon ill employment.
I will never misdoubt my wife again until you are able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain out in the sun and dried it, that it lacks matter to prevent such gross overreaching? This shall be the decay of lust and night walking
Why, sir?
throughout the keep.
Why, Sir John, did you really think that though we have virtue by head and shoulders and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that the devil could have ever made you our delight?
What? A hodge pudding? A box of flax?
Puff man?
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
And one as slanderous as Satan?
Or as Joe.
Or as wicked as his wife?
Or given to fornications, or to taverns, and sack, and drinkings, and swearings, and starings, and pribbles and prattles?
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am discouraged, I cannot answer. Ignorance itself has been a plummet over me. Use me as you will.
Very, sir, we will take you to Windsor, to one Master Brooke, that you have cozened of money. Over and above what you have suffered, I think to repay that money should be a biting affliction.
Yet be cheerful, knight, for tonight we shall eat a posset at my house, where I will ask you to laugh at my wife, who now laughs at me. Tell her Master Slender hath married your daughter.
Oh, Father Page.
Oh, why, how now, son, how now? Hast thou dispatched?
Dispatch! I'll make the best in Gloucestershire know once, or I were hanged, lot else.
Of what, son?
I went down there to marry Mistress Ann Page, and she's a great loverly boy.
Oh, what?
Were I not in the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. Oh, if I did not think it had been Ann Page, would I might not stir. It was a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, you took the wrong.
Tell me that. When I took a boy for a girl, even if I didn't think he would be a man, and even if I would to marry him, I would not have had him.
'Tis your own folly. Did I not tell you how you would recognize my daughter? By her garments?
I went to her dressed in white and cried bum, and she cried budget, as we had appointed. But it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
This is strange. Who hath got the right Anne?
Oh, my heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father, good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how is it that thou did not go with Master Slender?
You do amaze me. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, which would have no proportions held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, now know that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is folly she has committed, and the deceit loses name of the craft. A disobedient, of unduteous title, since therein she doth eviate and shun 1,000 irreligious and cursed hours that forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
Well, I am glad, though thou hast taken a special stance to strike at me, thy arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven grant thee many merry, merry days. Good husband, let us go home and laugh the sport over by a country fire. Sir John and all.
Let it be so. Sir John, to one Master Brooke, you yet shall keep your word, for tonight he will lie with Mistress Bull.
Fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lost and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. Fed in heart whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them higher and higher. Pinch your fairies mutually, pinch him for his villainy. Pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moonshine be out.
Come live with me and be my love, and we
Melodious birds sing madrigal.